Today I'll be reading Freedom Over Me, and it's by Ashley Bryan. It's about 11 slaves and their lives and their dreams that are brought to life by the author. It starts out with Miss Mary Fields. I mourn the passing of my husband, Cadeau Fairchild. He managed my estate alone, 11 Negro slaves. They carried out the work that made our estate prosper. He never hired an overseer. My husband apprenticed the slaves to learn their trades: carpentry, sewing, pottery, basketry, and ironwork. Once our estate was established, Mr. Fairchild loaned our skilled slaves to neighboring estates. Their earnings came to us. Their profits increased the value of our estate. Life here without my husband would be impossible for me. I trust our Negro slaves, but I hear stories of runaways and slave insurrections. I would not feel secure. I'm having the estate appraised. After the sale, I will return home to England, where I may live without fear, surrounded by my own good British people. And as you can see in this picture, there's slaves that are up for auction. We'll start out with Peggy. Peggy, I am the Fairchild's cook. I work in the big house day in, day out, making special meals for the Fairchilds, plain foods for their slaves. Like a field hand, I work hard, all profit to the estate. Mrs. Fairchild praises my cooking. She often chooses a menu and invites friends to show off my skills. Afterward, I sneak leftover food to the slaves. As cook to the Fairchilds, I am free to wander the estate gardens and the woods. I learn about local plants for cures, sarsaparilla and chamomile roots, spruce and buttermilk roots. The spices I gather add flavor to the meals I cooked for the household. Wandering the estate woods reminds me of the woods at home in Africa. Often I relive that day. Our village was raided. My father was killed. My mother and I captured, sold to white slavers. My mother and I survived the dreading crossing to America. So many others died, crammed in the filthy holds of the vessel. The vessel docked. We were sold on the block, no two of a family or tribe together, frightened by voices shouting in no tribal language we knew. Stripped of everything, our language, our customs, they even took our names. They called me Peggy. Peggy! I've never again seen my mother. Still I feel close to her, especially when I steam roots and herbs for cures for my slave family. The stirs essential memories, my roots in Africa. So I'm not going to read it all because it is quite a long book, but basically I would use this in the classroom to kind of explain slavery and what happened back in those days in a way that they could understand, like stories from the actual people. Thanks.